Can see this. So welcome to our summer swim informational meeting. It's hard to believe as we saw a dusting of snow out here that we're already talking about summer, but here we are ready to go. So without further ado, I've introduced myself. Again, I'm Nicole Ratner, the president of the swim team, and Kristen Adams is on with us as well. In addition, we have three other board members. Patrick Langdon is our vice president. Bridget Martin is our secretary, and Nick Wessel is our treasurer. So we are busy, full steam ahead. So registration. So the Braemar Blasters swim team, we are a community swim team here in Braemar. We accept residents and we also accept non-residents to our team. We do have a ratio limit that we keep. We are heavily focused on residents. Again, we do allow in non-residents though. Typically, if there is a wait list that is going to happen, it will most likely happen in our 8 and under age group and our non-resident side. Those tend to fill up the quickest. I wanted to bring your attention. Our website is braemarblasters.com, and we are part of the Prince William Swim League. That being said, the Prince William Swim League this year voted on making a switch for all of their teams, and we now have brand new websites. So we've been hard at work behind the scenes putting this together for everybody. So we are still actively working on it as well. So bear with us. But this is where you will go for registration when it opens. And I just want to make mention that you will see a button here on the main page to register. It'll be at the top. All of our families, including returning families, will need to set up new accounts. Accounts did not transfer over. We are starting from scratch. So much like if you sign your kids up for any of the other sports leagues happening, you will need to go in and put in your name, address, contact information, your healthcare information, and emergency contact information. So we just want to make sure that you are aware. It will take a little bit more time to go through and do that this year, as opposed to being able to just log in. So, but we are very excited that we have this new website. So, all right. So let me talk a little bit about registration. So we do open our registration. It is going to be opening on March 9th. That is a Sunday, mistaken, at 8 p.m. in the evening. That registration is open to Braemar residents and returning blasters only. So if you have been on our team as a resident and or non-resident, you will be able to register at that time. If you have been involved in our winter swim as well, resident, non-resident, you will be able to register on March 9th. All others will be able to register beginning March 23rd at 8 p.m. And I do want to make mention that registration will end on Sunday, May 18th of this year. We typically, on a case-by-case basis, can allow people to come in after that fact, but our season starts the day after Memorial Day. And so that is why this is 1 week prior to really when our season starts for our end date. So March 9th is when our registration will open. And cost. So we are a community swim team. We run from May, I don't have my calendar, of course, in front of me, but it's the Tuesday after Memorial Day, so May 27th until the 27th of July. That is our season. We are, like I said, part of PWSL. So we are a competitive swim league and community-based. The Blasters registration fees for the year will be $218. $215 of that is your registration. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this session, PWSL, we just switched to a new site and we have additional league fees with them. So that also then will include a brand new yearly $3 league fee. That cost also includes daily practices following Memorial Day for all of our age groups, an optional 2 times a week evening practices. It would also include your team suit, your team t-shirt, swim cap, and our award ceremony. That is an incredible deal. if you look, I think I was just looking at camps that were for spring break camps, and they're running about $250 to $300 just for a week, and that's not even a full day camp. So this is really an incredible opportunity that we offer for our community, for the kids to get out there, have exercise on a daily basis, be with their friends. It's really a great opportunity. And then also our swim meets. So that's our blasters team. Our micro blasters are, let me go back. Our blasters, we have age groups 8 and under, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 and up. We then also offer our developmental team. We call them our micro blasters. They meet 2 times a week in the evenings once school has ended. So their practices will begin on June 17th, which is a Tuesday, and run until the very end of July as well. So again, part of their registration fee will be all their practices. They also will receive a team t-shirt. They will have their own little mini micro meet at our pool, and also the awards ceremony. So the micro blasters will be meeting on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings from 6 to 7 p.m. And I'm going to go to my, oh, there we go. This is our schedule for the summer. This is what it looks like. And we have many days. There's several days that we do not offer practices, just as an example, the last day of school. If there are any holidays that fall, we won't have practice. But this details out our schedules. While school is in session, we are swimming in the evenings. And when school gets out, we switch to the mornings. Again, this is offered for our Braemar Blasters, those age groups that I mentioned before. These are offered daily practices. And then in the evenings, we offer summer evening. We call them our stroke clinics. It's more focused. The coaches will focus on one particular stroke. Also, just kind of honing in. It could be starts and turns. They could be doing fly one night, freestyle the next, backstroke the next. So also, if you aren't able to make it to a morning session, you are more than welcome to come to just the evening. We have lots of kids that are involved in other sports. And so some of them may not be able to come Monday through Friday. They do just a couple of days and then a couple nights. We have kids that come Monday through Friday and do both the evening sessions. It's really what works best for your schedule. So this is just an example of our schedule for the summer. As I had mentioned, because we are a competitive swim team, the goal is that hopefully if your swimmer joins us, they are swimming with us at our swim meets. We are pleased to say these are our meets. We are waiting on final approval from our HOA board. Their meeting is next Thursday, so we should have definitive answers at the time, but this is what it's kind of looking like. So May 31st, which is a Saturday, we host our own time trials here. And that is just for our team. If there's anything I can tell you to come to and you're a new swimmer and maybe you've never done swim meets before, this is the one I'm going to encourage you to attend, because it's just us. It gives your swimmer a really great feel for how the season's going to be at our swim meets. So, and though when we do our time trials, that enables our coaches to kind of see where your swimmer is at and what their times look like, to be able to place them appropriately in the various events when we are at our swim meets. But this season, we are excited. We'll be swimming against Piedmont, Brookside, Sudley, Kingsbrook, Southbridge, and Westridge. And divisionals, our division this year, it is the Braemar Blasters, Wellington, and Victory Lakes. So we're very excited. We have a lot of friends, obviously, in our community that are just down the road here, especially at Victory Lakes. So each of these Saturdays are our swim meets. They do typically start very early in the morning and usually done by noon time frame, kind of depends which pool we're at. And again, to be part of the team, the swim meets are not mandatory, though we hope that you do participate in that. We definitely want to see as many kids participate as they possibly can. Um, we know vacations are important to families, and so please take them. We have many that miss several meets due to other sports activities or tournaments or this or that. So sometimes you can only make it to 3. That's great. We're thrilled that you're there for that. This year, we are very fortunate. 4th of July falls on a Friday. And so we have a bye-week for swim meet. So we actually have that weekend off. We literally haven't had that, I think, in about 3 or 4 years now. So it's really exciting. I think many of us are very excited that we're finally going to get to go away, possibly for the holiday. So let's see. Moving on. Logistically, I just want to make mention that our coaching staff, we have Coach Chris as our head coach. Coach Lauren is our assistant head coach, and then we have Coach Sam. They are a phenomenal group. If you've been with us before, you know this is their, oh my goodness, 4th year. Well, 5th year now. I am being told. I know many of them as they've come in. So 5 years now. We're so thrilled with their work. Coach Lauren right now has some of our younger age groups. Coach Sam has some our older, and Coach Chris has all of them. And he is on that pool deck as much as possible. He does work for the fire department, and so you'll definitely be seeing him around. We're also lucky that we should be having some college coaches with us this summer. And then about 20 swimmer coaches. We go through a very lengthy process of hiring some of our older swimmer kids that are in the waters with your swimmers, and they're helping them consistently. And we're really lucky we have such a great group of kids. So again, just as a reminder, we do have our 2 programs, our blasters, our micro blasters. You do need to be at the age of 4 as of June 1st of 2025. Okay, I'm looking at Kristen, so she nods for me, which I love. So 4 years old. So really the difference here is if you have a swimmer and they are new to the water, they're just kind of learning, and they're 7 or under, they're most likely going to be a microblaster. If you have a child, though, who's been swimming for a while, and let's say they're 5 years old, they've been swimming, they've done like swim kids, maybe they've done our winter program, and they can, they're comfortable in the water and swimming across the pool. We would normally tell you then 8 and under, they would be part of our Blasters program. If you are currently active with us in our winter swim program, Coach Lauren will be letting the board know the children that will be able to go ahead and advance up to our blasters versus possibly staying in micro blasters. But I'll also say this, if your swimmer starts in micro blasters and we realize that they're doing exceptionally well and that they could actually move up, we will make that adjustment during the season as well. If you have any questions about that, we are also happy to have you come out on a Sunday to have your swimmer evaluated by one of our coaches for the summer. We just ask that you reach out to one of the board members. You could also put it in the chat if that's something that you think you're interested in. We swim at Central Park Aquatic Center in Manassas on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. So we would ask if you want your swimmer evaluated, we would have you come closer to the 4 o'clock time frame. We do require parents, especially of our younger swimmers, to be on the premises for the duration of the practices in case we need to reach you. We do appreciate that. Last year, all of our practices took place at our Iona Sound pool in the morning. And so that was very helpful on a daily basis to be at the same pool. And so parents were able for 12 and under to come on the deck at any age, really, except for when school is in session. You will need to have a parent pass. If you are a non-resident, we will go over that information with you separately about making sure that you secure a pass to be able to have your swimmer get onto our pool deck during those times. people ask kind of, what do I bring? What do I need for this summer? And everything. So obviously we just ask that your swimmers wear one piece bathing suits for practices. They could be any kind of bathing suit. They could wear swim shirt if they want. Obviously, they need goggles and a towel. We have plenty of other, we have kickboards we provide the kids. We have, noodles that we provide the kids, and we have all that to work with them. But we just want to make sure that they do have a good suit and that they have goggles. As a reminder, the team suit is used for competitions and for our swim meets. And so that is something that will come with your registration as a blaster. And we will be getting more details on swimsuit try-on once registration opens. The other thing I want to bring your attention to, the final bullet dot here, is that we can't run this swim team without the help of our parents. And it is a requirement to select a volunteer position within our team, regardless if you will be attending our meets or not. We have some positions that can be done from the comfort of your home. We have a sponsorship team that primarily just works on helping us secure sponsorship dollars. We have, teams then that are on the deck or planning our social activities. We, have timers on the pool deck. We can't run the meets without the parents. So this year with our new system, we're excited because it allows us to open up where you can select your top 3 choices of volunteer positions. And then we will take those as they come in and place them, based on timing of when they came in and everything. We will look and make sure that they are placed appropriately after you select your top 3 choices. I want to be clear, though, that our Micro Blaster parents will not need to select one of those top 3 choices. You will, though, be expected to help us at the little mini meet, either by timing or helping us in our clerk of course, which is lining our swimmers up for their events. So that will come separately in an email to our Micro Blaster parents. So, all right, let me. Finally, I think just when we're looking at the big picture, parents always ask, are there any other costs that might be associated with it, or summer swim? So obviously you have your registration fee. Additionally, beyond that, we do a little bit of fundraising. We offer spirit nights, and we do have sponsorships available for any businesses, or if you happen to have your own business and want to sponsor the team. And you can see here in the middle, we are so thankful. I mean, we cannot run our seasons without our sponsors. And so please, frequent them, say thank you to them. If you see them, if you're out and about, or if you happen to go to any of them currently, for any of, we have plenty, we have dental on here, orthodontics on here, so many, specialty and doctors. So we really couldn't do it without them. Beyond that, this year we're going to try something new, and we will be sending out one fundraiser at the beginning of the year. And that fundraiser is one that we will use that will help us support our charitable cause as well. Each summer we do a swim a lap, where we do one entire practice and the kids are swimming laps during that practice, and we have people counting them. And then we do recognize our swim a lap, the ones that have swam the most laps, at our awards ceremony later in the season. But it's also a way for us to raise money for a local nonprofit. Our social committee currently is working on a list of potential local nonprofits. If anybody here has a suggestion, please feel free to put that in the chat for us also, and we'll send that their way. So we will be doing a fundraiser for that. In addition to that, we also, it allows us to purchase new team equipment. This year, we're going to be working on getting brand new lane lines in our pools, some new tenting that we need to help cover our pool deck, especially because it gets incredibly sunny. In the past, we were able to purchase a new misting tent to help keep our kids cool as well. And so really, it's with your support that we are able to do these things. And so we appreciate it. And then in addition to that, typically every Monday night during our season, we will have a spirit night locally at any of the wonderful restaurants surrounding our area. We're working on that currently. We also work with Snowies. They're usually there at several of our events. And we do also have several community events where we do a community swim and play music and do glow sticks. And so it's a really fun way to kind of get the community involved as well with us, the swim team. So really I mean, beyond your registration fee and then the fundraising, which again is completely optional. And we usually will put in the fundraiser, what we're looking for or a good amount per swimmer to help cover some of these additional costs. Beyond that, there are a few events during the year that our social committee puts together for the age groups so that the kids get a chance to get to know each other off the pool deck. A few examples have been some age groups have gone to the movie theater and seen a movie and then gone to lunch. We've had some groups that some of our younger kids have gone bowling or to the arcade. We've done the roller skating before. So there's different activities that we have put together throughout the summer. And again, it's completely optional, but we certainly hope that you'll take part in any of them that you are interested in. So I want to put this up here for you all just so you can see again our website. We are at braemarblasters.com. Our Facebook, our public group is Braemar Blasters Swimming. Highly encourage you to please like us over there. We do push out a lot of information there. Once you are registered and become a member of our team, you can have access to our private Facebook group. And I'm going to be very clear about this, though. There are questions that have to be answered before you are allowed in. If you don't answer the question or you leave something out, it's an automatic decline. So please just be very careful when you are filling those out. And then all of us can be reached. We all have email addresses. We've tried to make it pretty simple for everybody. So just president@braemarblasters.com and so on and so forth down the line. And one thing I want to say about registration. When our registration opens and you fill out your form and you'll send it in, please just note manually, because we're in a new system this year, there are some things that our team admin, Kristen, is going to have to do behind the scenes to actually approve that. So you will know that you're part of the team once you receive the email, which usually comes out within the week, welcoming you to the team. And it gives you a list of other additional information about next steps and what you need to do. We will include links to merchandise if you're interested in purchasing any additional merchandise. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment here. And so I would welcome this time, this opportunity. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I see a chat question come in. How do we order swimsuits, t-shirts, etc. with the new system? Okay, so first of all, swimsuits, once you are part of the team, again, the swimsuit is part of your registration fee. We will have dates set up for you to come and try on a suit so that we can make sure it's fitted properly. Those are all ordered through us along with your team t-shirt. And about that first week of practice usually is when we will have it all on deck that you'll be able to pick up your cap, your t-shirt, and your suit all at the same time. There will be an area on registration where you will tell us your shirt size for your swimmers. And I'll have Kristen pop on if I don't get this right. So with our new website, we are really excited. So we have two stores in essence. We work with Athletes Mark for our clothing. So parents, siblings, grandparents, if anybody else wants t-shirts, we do offer that option, so we will make sure that you have the information and the links for that. We also are working directly with Swim Outlet through our new sites. If you have a microblaster, you don't get a team suit, but if you want to order the one that we have, you will be able to do that on your own through our Swim Outlet site. You'll also be able to order a swim bag if you want one, a parka if you want one for your kid. And it is monogrammed. Towels, we'll have towels up there. Goggles you can order through there as well. So it will all be part of our brand new website. I think it was Kimberly who did that.
Yeah, you got it correct.
Okay,
I will
perfect.
say just one other thing is for the t-shirts, as we have done in years past, we will have the opportunity to do sort of a pre-order t-shirt, which makes them a little bit less in price before they actually are put up on our Athletes Mark store.
Yep.
That will happen
Highly
during
encourage you
registration
to,
as well.
yeah, and I encourage you to definitely get them then. It is definitely more cost effective. The next question that came in was, is the Blasters good for developing swimmers? What are the basic swim skills needed to join? Yes, absolutely. We offer our developmental team, which is our micro blasters, right? So those are going to be for our younger swimmers that are kind of newer to the water. They need to be comfortable getting in the water, and they have to be comfortable without having any flotation devices on them to go in the water at that age. We also have several that come to us through the years that are in the different age groups, right? 8 and under, they could be 9 years old, they could be 13 years old and new to the team. They will be placed in the appropriate lane to work on developing their skills with our coaches at that time. So it really doesn't matter what age they are. Definitely good for developing their swim skills. And I think I answered about basic skills needed to join. Again, the younger they are, they need to be comfortable in the water. They need to be comfortable away from mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, anybody who's bringing them. Parents, we ask that you don't sit anywhere near that pool deck where the kids are going to see you. They work much better with our swimmer coaches. They're great with the kids in the water. And it can be very distracting if you're just kind of right there watching. So we do ask our parents to stay away from both ends of the pool. Most parents will sit around the pool deck. But again, no flotation devices in the water. Good if they can swim on their own right now, you know, just 5, right? Like not even, if they can tread water, any of that, that's great. At that younger age, though, they are going to be taught how to get from one side of the pool to the next, and they'll be using kickboards, and they'll be working on fundamentals of kicking, and mostly working on that freestyle at that point, right? Being able to float in the water, and then it progresses based on the ages. Any other questions? Okay, let's see. June. Okay, so older ones still learning. Yeah. Yeah, so we have a lot of older kids that are still learning. And again, we will make sure that they are put in the proper lane. So we have 6 lanes that we work with. And traditionally, we'll go like, I could be backwards, right? But like one would be our swimmers in whatever age group, they're still learning and working on certain skills. And as they progress, they may actually move up a lane, right? It just kind of depends on how we have it. And then usually our upper lane, let's say lane 6, that would be for our top swimmers who are swimming consistently. And so we make sure that we kind of keep them separate so that they are getting the right amount of help and assistance as needed. Okay, my son is not 13 until June. And am I correct that he would join the 13 and over group? So, no, when in June, he would literally have to be, yeah, so I'll answer Kristen's. So, if he is 13 on June 1, he would swim with the 13-14 age group. If he is 12 on that day, he actually would swim with the 11-12 age group. So
Yep.
June 8th. So then, yeah, so your son would be swimming in the 11-12 age group. We have a lot of kids that happens to. And what's interesting is as your child gets older, they will actually be able to swim a whole extra year with our team. If they went to college, they would actually be able to come back and still swim after their first year of college with us because their birth date is beyond June 1.
We generally call
So,
those lucky birthdays because you get the bonus year.
yep. Okay. Well, if there aren't any other questions at any time, please feel free to reach out to us. You can send us a message, like I said, to secretary at braemarblasters.com. Bridget will be happy to answer your questions or pass it along to any one of us on the board that can help answer. You can also reach out to any of us at our email addresses that we mentioned, and then just pay attention to our Facebook page, because registration, like I said, will open for residents. And anyone who was a prior member of our team for this winter season or the past summer will open on March 9th, and then to all others on March 23rd at 8 p.m. So thank you all so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it. We will share this video on our social media page by the end of the weekend.